guys, Rhaegar here for another video. Today's video is one of those RPG a day videos. Today is the 20th, yes the 20th, in this running series for the month of August. And today's topic, believe it or not, is what is your favourite horror RPG? Now this one, for me, was pretty easy, because I've definitely got a favourite. But I should qualify this a little bit before we get into the favourite. The fact is I haven't played a massive amount of horror games, even though it's probably one of my favourite genres in this hobby, because there's something about it that just appeals to me, the kind of the tension that's in it, the fear of the unknownness about things. The fact is that in horror games you're pretty much usually screwed for the entire thing, but yet you're still trying as much as you can to do the right thing, or survive, or escape the horror, or whatever's going on. But unfortunately I haven't played in many games. For example, I've wanted to play in a vampire game, a werewolf game, a mage game forever. Now I count them as kind of horror, it's fantasy, slash, urban and all that sort of stuff, but they are kind of personal horror games. But every time I've tried to get in a vampire game, it's not really worked. Every time I've tried to run one, it's not worked out. I haven't really tried with the other two yet, but definitely I will at some point. The kind of things like All Flesh Must Be Eaten, I tried to play that at a convention. The very first time at the UK Games Expo that got cancelled, so I didn't get a chance to play that. I was going to play in a, what was it called? Can't even remember it now. Another horror game. May have been, no, it wasn't Godlike, it was, it's gone from my head, sorry. But yeah, I've tried to play more horror, but I always seem to fail to get the chance. But I'm working on it. I am working on it. But my favourite, as is not a massive surprise, as I'm sure it's dear to many people's hearts, is Call of Cthulhu. And when I say Call of Cthulhu, I mean I like the entire range, because they're all really based on the same system, unless there's some that's based on new systems or different things, like the 1920s version, the classic, the Gaslight. I like the I can't even remember. Acton Cthulhu, there we go. War Cthulhu. Where was he? No, it was Will Cthulhu. He's a zombie film. I like all the range, and especially love Delta Green. Well, that's quite old, I suppose, compared to some of them. It hasn't been updated recently. I really like Delta Green, and I really like the book itself and the system. I wonder if I ever told you about my copy of the Call of Cthulhu rulebook. I don't think I have. Funny story, that when I bought the book, it was the second RPG purchase I made, being D&D being the first, Cthulhu being like one of those 5 RPGs you've got to check out, because if it's a percentile system, it was the first percentile system I had to come across. Not the first percentile I played, but the first time I actually owned a system. But I picked it up online years ago, and I just look, for me, one thing about Rhaegar, I like my hardback books, and so I picked up a hardback version of it, and I love it, and it's probably one of the most best RPG books I got. It's a beautiful book, but I didn't know something about it. I didn't know how special it was until I saw the copy my friend has in the home group I play in, and it had the blue cover with the yellow stuff on it, and he's like, oh, that's the, you showed me his different stuff he owned, and I was like, that's his Call of Cthulhu rulebook, that's the standard rulebook, he said, and I was like, that's the standard one? That's not what I own. I own a Call of Cthulhu, but it's not anything like that. I suppose I should show you what it looks like, shouldn't I? That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I didn't buy a standard Call of Cthulhu book. I bought a rather special one, kind of by accident. Just at the time I bought it, it was in a hardback. You want to see it? I'll just get out of my shop. Be right back, gentlemen. Yeah, the one I picked up. So, the one I picked up, turns out it's an anniversary edition. I just thought that was because it's quite an old system, made, it's decades ago, but actually it's the 30th special. I picked quite a rare tome when I bought it. Didn't even know, really. Didn't realise it was anything particularly special when I got it. But there you go. And it's a beautiful book. It's like, it is an amazingly looking book. And it's got some really good art in it, which I'm going to share something with you now, because you want to see it. I'm sure. Stuff like, I don't even know if this is in the original cover, but we'll check that out. That's going to give you nightmares, isn't it? And like the creatures and stuff have illustrations and things. I don't know if they're in the original or not, but you got, you got all this sort of stuff. Beautiful stuff. I thought this was just like, this was just the normal book, but in a hardback, But no, I got kind of a special one, and I'm very proud of it. And it's just now even more, even more precious to me. Yeah, it is a special edition. It's got like a little thing at the front. Didn't even know. Typically. So, if I ever run 1920s Cthulhu, I'll be reading from this bad boy. Such a beautiful book, and I'm very proud to have it. Well, so Call of Cthulhu is my winner today. It's the best horror game out there, I think. And, it's because it uses the percentile system in such a way that I just think is so elegant. That it's a game that makes me believe that a 30% chance is an amazing, chance compared to some of the things you'll have on your character sheet. It really makes you covet any advantage you can get. And for me, horror games, they make you really appreciate how fragile humanity is, but also how amazingly strong it can be at coming together and achieving a goal, that we can thwart these creatures of aeons. We can't beat them, but we can thwart them, we can mess with their plans, and there's a kind of beauty in that. And that's one of the things I love about this game. Although, I think I'm more of a fan of the Delta Green, like the more modern stuff, than I am the pure 1920s, because I do like the whole forensic investigation side of things in my games. But, big fan. And I look forward to playing in more Cthulhu in the future, hopefully, and running it as well, at some point, as always. So guys, if you ever get a chance to play Cthulhu, I'm going to get this right, take the chance. It's one of those 5 RPGs, which in itself, a good video idea. 5 RPGs you should play before you die, because it's something special. So I think I've gushed enough today, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed my blathering praise for horror games, and that you'll join me again tomorrow for another RPG a day video. Until then, take care.